you know, if I've been on a couple dates recently and I've been in a situation where like, oh man, I feel like the date's kind of boring. And like, I've been on so many dates that like, I have like little things I'll do. I would forget normally that like, if I haven't been on a date in like 6 months or whatever, I don't know how to do them. And so I just remind myself, like, oh fuck, this is boring. I'm going to make it fun. And then I'll just like, we'll be walking. I'll be like, wait, no, like we've been on this date. Like I haven't even like checked you out once. Like here, spin around. Like I'll like have her spin. I'm like, wait, stop. I like have her stop halfway through. So I like look at her ass. I'm like, wow, oh my God. You know, like you can do all that shit. And then I start doing that with my girl and my girl loves it. I'm acting like a guy that knows what he's doing. Like I'm acting like a fucking smooth talker, like a player. And like
Yeah.
girls like that. Girls like a guy that knows what he's doing.
And
It's
once you
like,
know it, by the way, like once you have that experience, it comes back like that. Like I was just talking about not feeling confident a month ago where, you know, I don't feel confident enough to go approach a girl. But once you get back in the flow, confidence, that's like a different thing that, or like feeling confident is like a different thing than like actually knowing what you're doing. Cause I realized after like getting back into it now, it's like, oh wait, yeah, I remember like how to do this. My interact, even though I'm feeling like not as confident, it's like the interactions actually go well and I just lead and yeah. So once you get that experience and you know what you're doing, it sticks, it stays with you. You really reap the rewards of putting in the work and getting experience with women.
yeah, like it's kind of like a J curve. It's like it feels like this while you're like ramping up, and then it's just like boom. And it's usually when you're like kind of ramping up here where like you'll get a girlfriend. Like if you don't have help, if you don't have someone to like tell you what's on the other side, you'll kind of take what you can get and you like settle into a relationship that flattens out. But like really what it should look like is like you work your ass off for like a long ass time, like, and then it starts to ramp up, and then you ignore like you push through the resistance of like, no, I don't want to go further, I don't want to go further, and then you just like rock it up and your dating life completely changes. Like that's exactly like what the transformation that like pretty much everyone here could have, no matter like what your standards are or what your skill level is, whatever. Like you get to the point where you have a dating life you're very happy with. Mastering the ability to attract women is something literally every man should do in his lifetime, and the sooner you do it the better. Like I talked about earlier, there's basically like these ticking time bombs out there of women that they will fuck you up. If you don't know what you're doing, they will fuck you up and you're going to find them anyway. So you have to have the ability to disarm those ticking time bombs and handle them in a way where you're in control, you're running the relationship on your own terms. Because women also don't know what they're doing. No one knows what they're doing in life. So it's not like women know that they're going to fuck you up, but she's going to, right? She doesn't want to, she's going to though, because you know, you're not ready. One thing that you need to do, especially if you're a guy that has like been left before, like a girl left you, or you're trying to get a girl back, is you have to understand that you can be hyper focused. Like we talked a lot about options and how options are important, but also you don't need to have options necessarily to have the mindset of a guy that has options. So I'm going to talk about really quickly, like the difference between basically the guy that has like the average life that's like kind of shitty, you know, doesn't have options, doesn't have a good mindset, super hyper fixated on getting his girl back, and that will never work. And the guy that maybe even if you are focused on getting your girl back or getting that one girl that you really like, this is actually the mindset shift you need to make in order to get that girl. So the mindset shift is the reason you're hyper obsessed with this one girl and it's not working is because you're focused on the result or the girl. So you're focused on having sex with her. You're focused on her giving you a good reaction. You have a bad day based on, did she text me back or not? And that has nothing to do with whether she likes you, whether she's attracted to you. But if you can shift to now, what I want you to do is take that, right? I'm sure everyone, I'm getting high on the power of getting people to comment shit. If this is you, if you've been someone that you basically, your day is good if she texts you back, or your day is good if you get a good result, and your day is bad if you get a bad result. If that's been you before, just so I know you guys are actually resonating with this, let me know in the comments. Been that guy that like, if she texts me back, it's a good day. If she doesn't text me back, I fucking hate my life. If you've been that guy, comment below. Now the shift, if you want to go from that guy to the guy that actually has a good dating life, the guy that has a good dating life still wants that girl, still is attracted to that girl, still wants her in his life, but he focuses on, am I the most attractive version of myself? He focuses on the skill set. It's literally nothing changes. Your focus is still the same. You don't have to like go out and chase a bunch of bitches. Like you can, if you want, you can chase a bunch of girls. Like I actually really advocate for like every guy should go through a phase where he's like just chasing girls. But you don't have to go through that phase. What you need to do is make a shift from, okay, I used to be this guy that like I was super emotionally invested in the results I got from the girl, whether or not she texted me back, all that type of stuff. And then change to now I'm emotionally invested in like, am I being more attractive? Am I becoming more attractive? Am I improving my skills? And if you just focus on your skills, whether you get the girl back or not, whether you get a good result or not, you actually understand that, like, okay, I got better though. My best chance of getting that girl back, of getting an ex back or whatever, is by being more attractive. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. Is she attracted to you? Do you turn her on? Does she want to be with you? Do you make her feel a certain way? If you make her feel a certain way, the only thing that does that is being more attractive.
Yeah. And like mastering the ability to attract women, it is working on yourself. The reason I mention this is because I've gotten a couple messages from guys recently where they'll say like, oh, I'm taking a break from women, like dating women, because I'm working on myself. I'm thinking like every single time I've taken a break from women to work on myself. Well, first of all, I go back to talking to women pretty quickly because like that is the best way to improve yourself. Or it's one of the best ways to improve yourself.
Yeah.
Like going out and like talking to women, because like women will test you. They'll test how grounded you are. They will test your social skills. They will test your leadership skills. You learn a lot from being able to attract women. If you learn how to be a leader, like going out to the bar and being able to pull, or leading a date, being a gentleman, leading her on the date, making it easier for her to show up, you help yourself in your career too. Especially if you're like a salesman or somebody that talks to people in general, or like you have some kind of leadership or any responsibility at work. I mean, work is responsibility. So you help yourself so much by going out and talking to women. And I get the impression that men that say that were obsessed with one girl, because this is why I would say something like that. They were obsessed with one girl and they don't want to catch feelings again. The thing that's going to help you not catch feelings in the future is not like working on yourself and avoiding women altogether. It's working on yourself and talking to a lot of women. First of all, I mean, I guess it does like a lot of things. It helps you develop options. Again, like we were talking about earlier, you have a lot of options now because you know that you can confidently talk to more than one woman. And it also, like I said, just tests you, tests how much of a leader you are, tests how well you handle people giving you shit, test your social skills. If you can make that shift, like you're solid to, okay, this is actually improving who I am. I'm actually working on myself. I think it's very easy to get your ego wrapped up in game and like going out and talking to women, because you get obsessed with one girl and then you start getting high off of the validation. Like you said, like one girl texting you like, oh no, did she text me or did she not? But it's like, if you can step back from that and be like, okay, so I'm texting this girl, what does it mean that she texted me this? Or like, what does it mean that like these girls texted me this, or that these girls went on a date with me, these girls didn't? What does this mean? What did I do with these girls that I didn't do with these girls? This is data. I'm getting better. I'm building a skill. You can have a lot of fun along the way. You can catch feelings along the way, but like the shift, as I think you mentioned even before when we were writing notes for this live, like you can be obsessed with one girl, but if you're focusing on the skill process, like that's what's going to create an ideal dating life.
I actually have a call to action for you guys. So what I want you guys to do is, and honestly, I'm expecting maybe one person to do that. Okay. So if two people do it, that's fucking sick. But the guys that do this are the guys that are going to like take action, and like, you're going to get something really cool from this. So what I want you to do is I want you to go out, whether it's tonight or tomorrow, and I want you to do something that is outside of your comfort zone. I want you to, whether it's make an approach, maybe approach a girl with headphones if you've never done that before, just like get her attention, be like, hey, excuse me, I want to meet you. Hi. Do something that is out of your comfort zone that you've never done before and push yourself. I want like one person at least, like keep my faith strong in humanity, and just go out and like do something outside of your comfort zone, or at the very least, make a post about something you've done that is outside of your comfort zone recently. I want you guys to do that and report to us, like, what'd you learn? What were the biggest takeaways?